Alberta NDP leader Naheed Nenshi has won his way into the legislature. The former Calgary mayor, who has led Alberta's opposition party since last year, was a winner in one of the 3 provincial by-elections last night and holding down former party leader Rachel Notley's Edmonton-Strathcone riding. Unofficial results from Elections Alberta indicate Nenshi earned more than 82% of the vote. His New Democrats also declared victory in Edmonton-Ellerslie. And UCP candidate Theresa handily won the riding of Old Didsbury-Three Hills. I spoke with the National Post's Rahim Mohamed about last night's by-election.
So what do you make of the results, and were there any big surprises?
So I guess the riding a lot of people were watching was the riding of Old Didsbury and Three Hills. There's a very interesting historical legacy in that in a predecessor riding of Old Didsbury, that was where you had the first and thus far only separatist win a provincial election. So a man by the name of Gordon Kessler, representing the Alberta Western Canada Concept Party, briefly took office in a 1982 by-election before getting booted out in the general later that year. So there was a lot of foreshadowing, and it was a riding that the leader of the Alberta Republican Party, a gentleman by the name of Cameron Davies, a former UCP organizer, a longtime campaigner, had chosen to run. And, kind of heading in, he set a benchmark or a goal for himself of about 20%. He came just short of that. He got about 17.5%, ran a very close third behind the NDP in that riding. So probably not exactly the result he was looking for, but he had about a 12% improvement on the separatist candidate that was running in the general election. And I think it's a big enough splash that it shows that separatism is, for the time being, here to stay in Alberta politics.
Now, Nenshi has led the opposition from outside of the legislature until now. How much of this will help the Alberta NDP to lead up to the 2027 election?
So I think Nenshi's put himself in a very untenable position. He did win in Edmonton-Strathcone. That's important to note. And he actually improved slightly upon the result that Rachel Notley got in 2023, which is no small feat, given that he's someone without deep roots in the community. He's coming from Calgary, of all places. But Nenshi has gone very hard against both Alberta separatists and people who feel like Alberta is not getting a fair deal from Ottawa, which is most people in Alberta. So he's quite strongly presented himself as kind of a Captain Canada that's not only going to fight for Alberta, but also for Canada. Interestingly enough, in Alberta, that's a more polarizing position than the one that Premier Danielle Smith has taken, where she says she personally hopes Alberta has a future in a united Canada, but understands the sentiments and grievances of those who've given up. So Nenshi has really put himself in a position that alienates about 2/3 of Albertans on this issue. So you look at polling, about a third of Albertans are separatists. About a third say they're not necessarily separatists, but Confederation isn't working for Alberta, and only a third say they're totally behind Team Canada. So Mr. Nenshi on this debate, he's put himself squarely in the camp of that third, alienating a good chunk of Albertans with his rhetoric, trying to castigate Premier Smith as a separatist. He's actually set up a website, an attack website called separatistsmith.ca. So he's really, choosing a polarizing position. He's not engaging people who are frustrated with Alberta's place in Confederation, and frustrated with the Liberal government having been elected now 4 times in a row with next to no, at the federal level, with next to no representation in Alberta. So he's put himself, I think, in quite a polarizing position.
Well, Rahim, thank you for the time today.
Likewise, thank you.